Hello friends, India is entitled as the diabetic capital in the year 2018, and in a survey conducted in that same year, it was found that around 69.9 million Indian population will be diabetic by the year 2025 and around 80 million people will be having diabetes by the year 2030. Why is it like that? Why we are having this unhealthy trend? Who is the real villain in this scenario? And if you're asking this question to a typical Indian person, he will be telling that it is because of the sedentary lifestyle, it is because of the junk food, it is because of this unhealthy living pattern of the Indian. But what is the reality in this problem? The reality is the typical Indian diet itself. What I'm telling is, look at a typical Indian diet. Look at this. You can see that around 70% of a typical Indian diet is having carbohydrate, and around 15 to 20% will get proteins, and hardly 10% will get fats. And if you consider this as a healthy diet, then I don't have any arguments. But the problem is, it is not a balanced one at all. We are having almost all the nutrients, but it is never balanced. A typical Indian diet, be it chapati, be it roti, be it any kind of thali or anything that is being served in India, in most of the hotels and restaurants, the main dish or the main course is composed of carbohydrate. Then we are having a lot of side dishes, which are the nutrients, vegetables and all the peas, granules. All these things will be coming as side dishes. That is the problem with Indian diet, because the main course is purely composed of carbohydrate. And what is the after effect of that? For that, let me bring the science, my science, that is Ayurveda, into this. We call it this as the Sandarpanajanya Vigaras. Sandarpanajanya Vigaras are the disorders which are caused due to hypernourishment, that is overeating. Because if you're consuming too much of food, we will fall into Sandarpanajanya Vigaras. And Sandarpanajanya Vigaras are the ones which is very much prevalent in India now. The number one is diabetes mellitus, second one is obesity. Then we are having disorders like vitiligo and other autoimmune disorders which are very much prevalent in India in the present scenario. Now let's see what is the solution for this problem. Number one advice I'm going to give you is, don't listen to your grandparents, don't listen to your grandmother, don't listen to the previous generations, because the previous generations, they were constantly consuming this kind of typical Indian diet, that is the carbohydrate dominant diet. But the thing is that they were having too much of physical activities which were enough to compensate this kind of intake. But in the present scenario, we are having so much of bad habits, and we are having very unhealthy sedentary lifestyle as well. So along with this lifestyle, if you are consuming the Indian diet, which is predominantly having carbohydrate, we will end up in these kind of disorders. That is why India is going in a very bad, unhealthy trend in diabetes mellitus, because all of us consume the Indian diet. And the sad part is that even after being diagnosed as diabetic, we still continue having this kind of food along with our medications. We will never stop this, because this is a part of our culture, this is a part of our lifestyle, and it is very hard to move out of this. Now what can we do to change this? My suggestion is that you need not stop consuming Indian diet. You can continue having this meal, but there should be a slight modulation in this. How we can do that? We can reduce the main course, that is the carbohydrate rich course, and we can increase the side dishes so that it will be more balanced, and we'll be having rich fibers, we'll be having rich proteins, we'll be having fats as well. And by the same time, we can increase and we can maintain the traditional and cultural background of our Indian diet. That is what we can do in the present scenario. I hope all of you will be taking this video in a very right sense, and you will adopt these changes in your lifestyle, so that we'll be having a better and healthier nation by the year of 2030. Thanks for watching.